Alright, just got back from work. Today's goal is cut this out with the air saw, this inner square with the air saw right here, and then get this sanded so that way I can glass my console to this. I started making the console last night. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. This thing's so hard to get angles on. Alright, GoPro mount to the to the garage door because we'll get a better angle. Oh my lord. Look at that space. This is up here. So here's my console. I got it kind of angled in a little bit, tucked into here, so we'll see how that goes. But so my controller will come down here and my cables will come out the side. And before I start getting this all put in, what I gotta do is come in here, and you see where I got those wires going through that hole? I want to clearance that out a little bit more so I have more space. So when I run my main engine harness and everything through there, I will have space. So let me cut that out with the air saw while I got it. You get the dust from the foam that's in here in your eyes, it destroys your eyes. It feels like somebody put a million little glass shards right in your eyeballs. It's the worst thing I've ever gotten in my eyes by far. I couldn't believe the amount of pain I was in. And then I just kept doing it. You can see in one of my videos when I first hollow that out, I'm fucking with my eyes a lot, so I got a ton of the dust in my eyes. Couldn't see for long periods of time. What is going on with me? Why are they not coming out? We got the hole busted out a little bit more. Got that fiberglass piece out of there, so we got some more space for the harness. Now I'll prep this, and then we'll start trying to get this some glass on it. and sweaty and itchy now, so let me go get cleaned up and start fiberglassing. Alright, so since my cuts aren't really perfect, what I did is I just put some screws in here, right? Just to kind of hold it up, and you can see I got a bigger gap there than here, which is fine. But I'm making it straight along the front here. So I'll get this the way I want it, start glassing it in place. Then once it's glassed in place enough, I'll remove the screws and I'll just fill this gap in right here. It's alright, there's a little gap. Yeah, that's much better. So this is probably right where I'll probably start sticking it in on the sides. And once the sides hold it in, I'll take those screws out. Alright, we're running. Let me grab, actually, you know what, let me shut this off. I'm gonna go mix up some resin. We got 72 milliliters of polypropylactic rosin. Now we're gonna add 52 milliliters of hardener, phosphate monomer, co-pilot, phosphate, metabolize, Monty Pythons. Where'd my acetone rag go? There. Acetone rag, acetone rag.
Roger had been a political pundit. He'd worked on television in the 60s. But then he met Richard Nixon and became an advisor to Nixon. And he tried to set up, a White House news service back in the late 60s. Tried it again in the 70s, tried it again in the early 80s, but the technology just wasn't there, and it wasn't there. But then he met Rupert and explained to Rupert that all you need to do to attract 50% of the news audience is just make a decision politically, because that's half the available audience. Yeah. The way, I can't remember all the figures on that, but the way he said Fox News, it just became an absolute cash cranking machine, because they got it into the affiliates and stuff like that. Also recommend therapy. It's not just for people who've been through.
Alright, Lil John's getting a actual some love today. I got a binnacle controller for it. Getting it glassed in. See, I got all the glass in. Get somewhere. Everything's getting a redo. Alright, so I'm all cleaned up. I did my double wash shower. Alright, real cleaned up. So you know what that means. No more sanding. Time to just do finishing glass. So I'll fix all my corners. I'll get that tied in. I'll fix that divot right in there. Get all that cleaned up, and then we'll sand some more tomorrow after work. Yeah. Alright. So, prepped with acetone, wiped it all down. I'm gonna mix up a small batch of resin. I got my fiberglass, and I'm just gonna fix on my little fucked up parts. Now, because the sun is down and I don't have the same amount of heat I did before, I'm gonna mix this a little hot so it kicks. So it kicks tonight. I don't want to sand it tonight, but I just want it to kick before I go to bed, just in case. So I'll mix it a little hot. You'll see this one's a darker red than my last batch. My last batch was pretty thin, but I had 3 o'clock sun beating on it, so I kicked it fast. A lot of times that's what I do during the daytime when I'm glassing. I try to mix it a little bit slower, so less resin and less catalyst. And then when I'm done with the project, I roll it out in the sun.
I need to cut some strips from the front, but we'll let this out. So I'm only wetting out the areas I want the glass to stick. I'm only going to tap out the areas I want to stick. I'm not really going to get the whole lot on, so I'm just worried about getting the layer on. So if there's some more I can do. And then, like, I don't know if anybody seen it, but once the fiberglass hits the ground, I try not to pick it back up. Like, I don't need it after that. It's too much junk in it. I'm pretty crazy with what I do allow, but I'm just trying not to get any debris in my glass.
Alright, we got our corners filled in. A little bit of air bubble right there. I think I'm going to touch that up real quick. Try to get this all the way out. I can. Alright, I got almost no waste on that one. I just did the corners because they were poking through from my original build, so got everything we wanted done. I can let this kick. Should be kicked soon. It was hardening on me as I was finishing that last bit, so let me put some stuff away and let this harden.